In 3, 2, 1. Yo, what's cracking, everyone? Eric Ship, Triple One here, and today I've got a very exclusive interview with the art director of Playground Games.
Yeah, nice to meet you.
Ben, how are you?
Yeah, I'm alright, man. I'm good.
Alright, so the last time you were here, you were promoting Forza Horizon 3.
Yes.
This time, you're here for Forza Horizon 4.
Makes sense, doesn't
Yeah.
it? Yeah.
How has this trip been different compared to last time?
Well, I think the elephant in the room is obviously that last time we were presenting a game set in Australia.
Yeah.
So it was quite neat coming to Australia to talk about that game. My big hope, obviously, this time is that people are going to be as excited about Horizon 4, which has been set in Britain. So it's a map inspired by our home turf back at Playground Games. So we feel like it's the most authentic, most beautiful open world game that we've ever produced. And yeah, hopefully all of you Aussies are going to be just as excited about getting involved with this one as the previous one.
I'm sure we will be. So a bit less pressure this time coming back to Australia.
Well, I guess less pressure in the sense that I wasn't coming to you guys with an Australian-inspired game and being judged for all the stuff that we potentially got wrong, right? But yeah, so maybe a little less.
Yeah, that's fair enough. All right, so let's move on to the actual game, Forza Horizon 4.
Yeah.
We all know it's set in Britain. So how did you guys actually come up with the location of Britain itself? So why was that chosen? What was the main criterias? And how did you guys, as a group, agree upon of saying, yep, that's Britain, that's where we want our final destination for Forza Horizon 4?
Sure, yeah, that's a good question. So it's true to say that when we've started all of our projects in the past, we've had lots of locations on our shortlist. Britain's always been on there. Previously, we've always discounted it because we felt maybe other locations were more exotic, like Australia, for example, or maybe just offered more for the game we were making at the time. This time, however, we actually there was a portion of the studio that had been working on an R&D project to bring dynamic seasons to our game, and it's something they had actually been working on and we'd been discussing internally for years. Way back, I think it was discussions even on Horizon 1 about whether it'd be possible. And they came to us around about the same time we were making the final decision on the location for 4, and said, "Do you know what, guys? I think we can do it. I think we're ready to implement this feature." And at that point, the choice became a little bit more obvious. The opportunity of doing Britain plus seasons felt like the right decision to make. Like Britain is obviously, it's a seasonal country. Not every country in the world is seasonal. I mean, dynamic seasons in Australia might not necessarily be as effective. It's fair to say. So there was it was an opportunity that felt too good to miss up on. Really.
All right, well, that's fair enough. Now, with that process itself, was this chosen after Horizon 3 was launched, or was it kind of already in discussion before the launch of Horizon 3?
We started talking about what we wanted to do with 4 after the launch of 3.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. But there are elements obviously that cross over, like the dynamic seasons thing that I talked about. So that's something we've been talking about as a studio for many years. But obviously the sort of final concept, or the final sort of idea as to where we wanted to shoot, that's something that came a little bit later on.
And in terms of like the locations that have been omitted, how many locations did get crossed off the list?
So many.
Oh my gosh. All right. Now, in terms of choosing like specific locations for the map, like you guys chose Edinburgh for the city. Now, how did you guys handpick those specific locations? So, some people might be wondering, how come you guys didn't choose London as the city? Why was it Edinburgh, and then so on? So, how was that process? How did that all come about?
Okay, so yeah, whenever we start one of these projects and we start talking about a location, the first thing we do is we go out and we do an amount of research. Like using the internet to find more out about a location. So for us, there was a big sort of education in understanding what Australia was all about. But obviously this time, being British, or a lot of us in the development team being born and raised in Britain, there was a lot of people that already had some great suggestions as to places we could include in the map. Everybody's hometown started off on the list, right? You can imagine. But we whittled those down to areas that firstly offered the kinds of visuals that we were really excited about showing people. but also offer the kinds of driving experiences that we thought were relevant for this game. And that, with Horizon games, it's not always about just the roads as well. It's the actual the landscape itself offers up a unique set of opportunities for certain gameplay types. So we've got Edinburgh in there. We've also got parts of the Scottish Highlands, but we've also got parts of sort of more southern Britain as well. So bits of the British Cotswolds, the English Cotswolds, sorry. We've got bits of Wales in there as well, bits of the sort of Devonshire coast. All these places I'm naming that you have no idea.
I have no idea what you're talking about. Where these are.
But people who know Britain in real life, hopefully they'll be playing the game and they'll recognise some of these places.
Yeah, cool. I'm sure many of them will. All right, so let's move on to the cars, which is obviously a big aspect of the game. Yeah. Now, of course, the McLaren Senna, the cover car. Why that car?
So, firstly, because it's amazing. I mean, look at it; it's incredible, 100% right? 100% agree. Yeah. It's super fast, super crazy, and loud, and I think it's a perfect fit for a Horizon game. It sort of embodies a lot of the sort of crazy, outlandish, fun types of approaches in general that we put into the game as a whole in that car. Yeah. Well,
you also want like a cover car that's sort of, extravagant, kind of shows out. You've had the Centenario with the Horizon 3,
awesome,
and then the Huracan, and then the Dodge Viper as well for the very first Horizon. All very fantastic cars. So I guess you guys got a big reputation to live up to with the past cover cars as well.
Exactly. Yeah.
So and then of course the McLaren Senna is a new car in the Forza franchise. It's debuting in Forza Horizon 4. How many new cars are also debuting, if you could tell us, in Horizon 4?
So I can't tell you right now, but the right answer is to stay tuned, because obviously we're going to be talking more about the car list, the specific car list, as we get even closer to launch.
Right.
So okay. So stay tuned.
Stay tuned, guys. Sorry. And also, with the car detailing, there's just so much intricacies that have been put into the cars. How long does it roughly take for you guys from the ground up to build a McLaren Senna from the start to the finish, including sound?
Sure, it's a good question, and honestly it varies from car to car, but you're talking upwards of 6 months. It's a very long process, and it's because we go into so much detail with those car models, right?
What's the longest car that it took you guys to model?
It's a good question, but I don't know the answer, I'm afraid.
Oh, wow.
I'm sorry. I could go back and ask the guys and find out.
That would be fantastic, because a lot of people did ask, like, what is the longest car that it took for you guys?
It's a good question.
Yeah.
And I will find out. Yeah.
All right, and also with the car manufacturers that you guys have, obviously you guys can't choose all of the cars from their lineup, past, present, and the future as well. What's the process that you guys go through in order to choose like specific cars? So, like for example, you guys choose like this McLaren 650S, but there are also some other models like the MP412C that may not potentially be in the game, or like how does that process go through?
So it's actually something that our design team gets super involved with. They're thinking about the experience, the type of game that we're producing, and they come up with a suggested car list that they think is going to enhance that or make the most of what we're trying to do with that particular game. So that honestly, that's kind of sort of the guiding principle there.
So based on where the game is set is usually how the car list is determined.
So that might be part of the equation. Yeah. Right. Yeah.
Okay.
So for example, when we went to Australia, you saw lots of Utes, right? So we had obviously the Holden Maloo in there and everything, and that was a decision quite clearly partly influenced by the location.
Yeah. So then one question that I have asked for you, with the car cover of Forza Horizon 3, how come it wasn't an Australian Ute? Why was it a Centenario? As an Australian.
Again, that's a good question. That Centenario is pretty amazing, right?
I have to agree, yes.
As much as I love a Maloo, and I got to drive them for the first time when I was out here in Australia last time, and that car was crazy fun. Yeah. But yeah, that Centenario, again, if you talk about cars that sum up the kinds of experience you want to have in a Horizon game, that was pretty good.
Well, I guess, yeah, the Centenario embodies everything in terms of a Forza Horizon game. So I can't argue with that. I can't argue with it. Now, with the multiplayer, last question. 72 players, it says, that we can have in a lobby.
Yep.
How does that work? Because there were also research I've done that the multiplayer is split into lobbies of 12.
Shards of 12.
Shards of 12.
Yep.
Okay, of 12 players. Now, is it possible to get like all 72 players in one specific place?
No. So you will always see a maximum of 12 other players on screen at a particular time, which is what we mean when you say you will experience 12 players in one of those shards, if you like. But the lobby itself will be populated with 72 players.
Right.
I hope that makes sense.
Yeah, that completely makes sense. Also, this is a personal question. Will we ever see a Formula 1 car in a Forza Horizon game?
That's a very good question. Who knows? I guess that's another stay tuned answer, isn't it? I think.
Yeah, true. That's right. Well, we're out of time, guys. But thank you very much, Ben, for
my pleasure, man.
this interview. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it. If you guys did, please make sure to smash the thumbs up button. And if you guys would like to see more of Forza Horizon 4 coming soon on this channel, make sure to click the subscribe button. And we'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.
Chill.